You don't wanna fuck with me, don't wanna test your luck with me. Cause if you try to fuck with me, I'll take all your body parts to a fucking graveyard 6 feet under. I'm ostracized and traumatized by everything I'm not alright. I'm lost inside, and anything I say you better listen up closely. Mostly, I'm the one and only, bring it home slowly. Hand your boy the trophy, patience is holy moly. I got him hating on me like Michael hates Toby. Force like I'm Obi, you know the one Kenobi. Force fed baloney by phonies, just wanna rule the world. Call me Mr. Steel Girl, Easy gave me the referral, now he's worried about a jail. Yeah, coming out strong, I've been here for a long time. Started off online, finish off all time. They can call me crazy cause I rap like I got rabies. I'm confident, not lazy, and I'm dominating lately. She want me like some pastries, I'ma give it to these ladies like I'm Hefner in my 80s. Still I'm pushing up daisies. Don't wanna fuck with me, don't wanna test your luck with me. Cause if you try to fuck with me, I'll take all your body parts to a fucking graveyard 6 feet. Don't wanna fuck with me, don't wanna test your luck with me. Cause if you try to fuck with me, I'll take all your body parts to a fucking graveyard 6 feet. I can taste it, I'm fading, why am I still waiting? What are y'all debating? It's really irritating. You hear what I'm saying? Fear got him shaking. You won't ever find a fucker like me in the making. Bite me and you'll break him, your teeth will be vacant. I don't need to be patient, man, I breed entertainment. From the streets, now the basement. Oh, see, I've been baking like your mama's casserole. She makes me after on the radio. When you hear some shit, your throat all slit. If you don't post this, and I won't be missed. Hell no, I'm pissed. I'm the only rapper in this game worth shit. I go it on my own, don't need nobody's help. I do it all alone, I'ma do it by myself. All these lyrics on my own, you won't put me on the shelf. Every punch that I throw, I can send your ass to hell. Better run, bitch, down with me. Don't wanna test your luck with me. You don't wanna fuck with Cause if you try to fuck with me, that's right, I'll take all your body parts to a fucking graveyard 6 feet. Don't wanna fuck with me, don't wanna test your luck with me. Cause if you try to fuck with me, I'll take all your body parts to a fucking graveyard 6 feet underground. Don't wanna test your luck with me. Cause if you try to fuck with me, I'll take all your body parts to a fucking graveyard 6 feet under. I'm ostracized and traumatized by everything I'm not alright. I'm lost inside, and anything I say you better listen up closely. Mostly, I'm the one and only, bring it home slowly. Hand your boy the trophy, patience is holy moly.
Ladies and gentlemen of the revolution, I'm not going to bore you with some long drawn-out reintroduction, because you didn't know who I am by now, you're late to the game. And if you're this late to the game, you probably really didn't even matter in the first place. That being said, I have good news and I have bad news. And I can give you each of them with 2 words. I'm back. I'm back. Yes, indeed, I am back. And I can hear the questions. What is the big man going to do? Now, I could go after and reclaim my World Heavyweight Championship, a title I never lost. But I think I'm going to let the Evolution of Revolution tournament play out and see who faces Harry, the real #1 contender, to crown an interim champion. And make no mistake, whether it be the person that wins the tournament or if it's my friend Harry, you will be the interim champion because you will not be able to call yourself the undisputed champion until you beat me. And good luck with that. For the time being, what I am going to do is I'm going to carry out the mission that War set upon all those months ago. With my brother Little Sweet, when he is healthy and comes back. With my brother Josh Steele, we are going to continue to protect Revolution from whoever we feel does not have its best interests in heart. Now, in the meantime, the world title is not the only title that's been on my mind. There's another title, or in this case, I should say titles, that I never lost, that my brother laid down and sacrificed so I could concentrate on becoming your world champion. Those titles are now around the waist and over the shoulder of Landville and the OG Bossolini himself, the tag team known as Proving Ground. And here and now, I want to throw my hat into the ring. I want to challenge for the tag team titles. And I will do whatever it takes to get a title shot. What is that you say? I don't have a partner? Well, you couldn't be further from the truth. Allow me, with no further ado, to introduce you to not just my tag team partner, but the newest member of War.
Keep on, just keep fucking doing it. Make me knock your whole fucking head off. Somebody's always starting shit that I'ma have to finish. In my life, I'm like a landmine, and you a dancing menace. Always stepping all up over me, pushing all my buttons, talk a million words up in my ear and never saying nothing. Always wanting something out of me and never giving back. Never caring that you bother me, you oughta get a slap. My blood pressure's high enough to kill me as it is. I'm running with a short wick and hear you all up in my biz. Aggravation, agitation, my levels rise when I unload and finally explode. Don't act surprised like you never seen it coming. All my warning whistles blowing, anger growing, no controlling when I'm steamrolling. I get mad, I'ma fuck you up. It's me and you, motherfucker. I'ma fuck you up. You're the fuck out now. I'ma fuck you.
How you doing? What's up? What's good? That's right, Revolution. And if you sit down and you stop to think about it, it makes complete and total sense, because JD the Destroyer, win, lose, or draw, has been and always will be a revolution guy. And war means we are revolution. This is the only fucking Fed that matters. And we will defend it with our dying breath and a fist in the air representing revolution. And capture a few titles along the way. That being said, Proving Ground, listen up. JD the Destroyer respects y'all for everything that you guys have done for the revolution. And you're no stranger to these screens, and we will get to you after we earn our shot, of course, because that's what you do here in the revolution. You earn shit. That being said, though, the big man is always hungry, and the voice was born a boss. And now, the whole tag division is on notice. And I hope The Revolution is ready for some sweet destruction. Peace! See you later, Revolution.
What a hell of a way to start a show. You get Big Sweet and you get the Destroyer out here who's putting the tag team division on notice, basically saying Landfield and Paul Cellini has a target on their back and they're coming for those tag team championships. Big Sweet made a lot of great points there. It's a very smart move of a guy that's been in the game for a minute. He's going to sit around and let the tournament play out and just see where he can move his puzzle pieces to how he sees fit. Well, I am Tommy Savage, and if you are been sleeping underneath a rock, this is Fight Night. We have, of course, 3 pre-qualifying matches coming to you tonight for the tournament. Also, that Fight Night Championship is on the line between Steel and the Purge. Let's go ahead and take a quick look. See, we had to make a couple of adjustments, as you know. We had to make an adjustment as far as who would be facing Steel coming up. And as you see, that's why this looks kind of weird. The NDT really sticks out because I had to edit that out. So it would be actually NDT and Steel that would be coming up. You got quite a few good matches coming up, not just tonight, but in the following weeks to come. You also have Haywood, who will be versing the winner between 7 and Purge tonight. That will be going on February the 7th on Zero Dark Tuesday. You also have NDT versus Steel. That one's going to be very, very interesting. You also have JD, who will be taking on the very newcomer Gunshot. Villains taking on the American Nightmare. Landfield will verse the winner of that A-list Alverson Rika Wiley match tonight. Heathen faces the winner of the TK3 versus Brody Blaze match tonight. And you got SNES, that's how I'm going to call him. He's the Super Nintendo guy with the gamer gimmick versus Vin Vane, 2 guys who's never competed here in Revolution. That is what our tournament bracket looks like so far. And we're only getting started. The action is going to come to you completely all week long. These promo artists have very little time to prepare, very little time for homework, very little time to hype. Because as you see, we have a match, we have a show tonight, we have a show on the 7th, we have a show on the 10th, and it's just going to keep going on and on and on until we get that other number 1 contender to face Harry for the Revolution World Championship. That's what everyone is here for, is the Revolution World Championship. I got a model here who thinks he's a model. So let's go ahead and take one more look at it, as now it has the stones in it. There you see Mr. Chris Champion with the Revolution Championship over his shoulder, stones and all in it now. That is one gorgeous belt. I physically get to hold it tomorrow. It's coming to my house. It went to Patrick first. He tells me that belt feels amazing. He said it is an amazing belt, so much that he legitimately wanted to keep it. So I'm excited to see who's going to end up holding it very soon. But tonight, the main event that everyone's talking about is Steel versus Purge. There's a lot of hype around a lot of these matches, and we're going to get to them one by one. But let's go ahead and dive into some of this action. Let's look at a couple of comments real quick. Landfill says he's going to be watching. It is a gorgeous belt, Mr. Mike Murder. Do not forget also tonight we got the judge live feedback. Actual live feedback from judges themselves after the winners are announced for each match. Let's take a quick commercial break. And I mean, it's going to be very, very quick. Basically, it's an advertisement. Let me find it here. I know I don't have all my shit together like I should have my shit together. I'll tell you what. Let's just say fuck the commercial. We'll dive on into 7 versus Purge. Here we go.
Pissheads and assholes of Revolution. It's me, it's the 2-time Empire Champion, the one, the only, the Purge. And tonight at Fight Night, you're gonna get a 2-for-1 special here, as I'm not only trying to capture my first championship here at Revolution, but I am in the sweet Evolution of Revolution tournament against the Twisted 7, as he is so cold, according to him. 7, how you doing? I really haven't heard much from you, because the problem is, do you want to have the Revolution Heavyweight title? Do you want to claim your spot as the top guy once again here? Well, I don't really think so. It doesn't seem like. You're more like the tag team bitch what's you and Rika gonna portraying here and trying to be the best around this place. But that's according to your world. That is each and every single time according to you. And I don't really care if I'm gonna face the Twisted 7, the Bitch Boy 7, the Enforcer 7, the Little Brother 7, 69 here. I gonna overcome the odds here. I don't really care if the odds is against me. I don't really care if the odds is stacked against me. I don't really care if I'm gonna make 2 matches, 3 matches, 4 matches, 5 matches in this tournament. The most important thing is that you pissheads gonna learn is do not bet against me. You're gonna lose your money real simple quick here. That's what you gonna do. You know that you're gonna win this match, and even though you're gonna be surprising by an element of surprise in your face, because you do not expect what is coming to your screens. You do not expect what I'm gonna embracing the screens each and every single week here in Revolution. You can call me the workhorse of the promo world here, because since I arrived with the Elite Empire, I made a statement. I made a proving point here. What about you? 7. What about you? You established with the Revolution since like 2020 or some shit like that. But did you being successful here? Hell no! You failed, you failed, you failed, you failed, you failed. Each and every single time when I'm gonna see in your screens like that. So if you're trying to be in a tournament like that, make your homework correctly. Because nobody takes you seriously at the moment. Since you lost the tag team title match against Proving Grounds here, which everyone knows that they can beat Beanstone easily there. I need to calm down just for a second here, because I need to spend some energy, some time for my championship match against Josh Steele later on tonight. But count down with me for the first time. Embrace the vision.
Welcome to the Fight Night Revolutionaries. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight is the night we've been waiting for. Tonight is the sweet evolution of Revolution tournament. Tonight, 7 has to qualify against Purge. And the winner will move on to face Hollywood Haywood in the sweet evolution of Revolution tournament. Tonight, Purge, I had every intention of coming on your screen with the Carnival of Souls, the bright light shining, 7 out here having fun. But then I thought about it, Purge, I thought about it long and hard, and I realized you aren't worth a minute of my time. You aren't worth the countless hours of production it takes to make a promo look good. No. So you're getting me, Purge. You're getting the raw, unfiltered 7 that everyone likes. The 7 that has his eyes on the prize, the determination, the focused 7 that knows what he has to do. And tonight, Purge, tonight, it starts with you. It starts with you. Because you really think you have a chance here. Now you really think you have a chance. You call yourself a champion. And we all know it. You're nothing but a joke, excuse, disgrace of a champion to your division. You will never be a champion like Seven. But I say enough is enough, Purge, because I'm pissed off and I right the wrongs that I've made personally myself. Because time after time after time, I have let opportunity after opportunity pass me by, slip through my fingers here inside the revolution, and I have nobody to blame but myself, and that is right here, right now, when I put your ass in its place. Because I am revolution. I am the sweet evolution of revolution. And I have proven it time and time again that I do whatever I have to do to get the job done. I evolve, I adapt. I am better than you. You do not have the promo skill, the raw promo ability and talent that Seven has. My pinky has more talent than your entire promo career does. You don't even deserve to call yourself a promo artist, Purge. You don't deserve to call yourself that. You're a joke. You're a joke. Do us a favor. Walk out that doors of the revolution and never look back. You're not a promo artist. Don't your ass have an evil villain to portray inside a Bond movie? Because Purge, I try, man. I try. Seven tries. Listen to your promos. I try, man. I try. And I can't understand what the hell you're saying half of the time. And I've told you this before. I try to read little captions on the screen. And they're more entertaining than your promos will ever be. And that is sad, Purge. That is sad. You don't stand a chance. You don't stand a chance because I am the one that is going to move on to face Hollywood Haywood. Because let's face it. If you move on to the next round and you have to face Hollywood Haywood, you would be just a squash match for him. Not even a challenge for him. You would not give him the challenge he deserves, unlike myself, who will push him to his limits. I am tired of letting opportunity pass me by time and time again. It is truly my time to shine. It is truly Seven's time to be revolutionary. And it starts with you. It starts here. And there's nothing you can say. There's nothing you can do because I just made you my little baby back bitch here tonight. And you have just entered Seven's Asylum. Now that, ladies and gentlemen, was revolutionary.
Ooh, good match. But there only can be one. And your winner, moving on in the sweet evolution of Revolution Tournament, Seven.
All right, so Purge versus Seven. I'm going to start off with what I like about both. Purge, I really enjoy your swagger, man. Your character, your gimmick, the way you move, the way you present yourself. I'm a big fan of that. I like the swagger. Seven, man, in your promo, man, you had a lot of passion. You had a lot of energy. You had some excitement, and I like that a lot, man. It keeps the viewer entertained. It keeps the viewer glued to what you have to say. As far as what I didn't really care for so much, Seven, man, I felt like you kind of started, especially towards the end, kind of started to repeat yourself a little bit. It almost felt like you were running out of things to say. It wasn't super bad. It was just, I kind of noticed it a little bit. Purge, with you, it really felt like you didn't really have a game plan. You didn't really know what you wanted to say. You didn't really have a theme for overall what you wanted your promo to be like. You kind of just hit record and then just said whatever came to your head. And a lot of it, some of it, most of it, some of it, whatever, it didn't really make a whole heck of a lot of sense. I mean, I got the gist of it, but there was a lot of things you said that I don't know. It was kind of like, what does that mean? Where did that come from? So entertaining nonetheless, but just some points that I noticed. with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and give my opinion, my vote. I'm going to go ahead and give my W to 7 for just overall having a smoother promo. Purge, again, I felt like your message overall was kind of all over the place, and you definitely stumbled over quite a bit of what you had to say. So congratulations, 7, man. You got my vote.
So now we got 7 versus Purge. And this one looks a little different, Purge came off firing at 7, showing that he really want to be here. And, normally that could get you somewhere in life, the fact that you show you want to be here, you want to actually contend, you want to put the fight out there for somebody. But then you get in the 7/enforcer or whoever he was in this match. Sorry, hydrate. And the fact that he said that Purge wasn't even worth the effort it took for him to become 7. He wasn't worth the time. Wasn't worth the hard work it takes to build a promo with all the lights, the glamour, the action of the carnival. It really made Purge look a little defeated, because it made him look that worthless, because 7 didn't even feel like he needed to get in the character to beat this guy. And normally that could be something that could blow up in your face. But on my end, no, it's nothing to take away from Purge, because Purge actually did come out there. He put out a good promo, but it was just something about the smoothness, the lividity, and the passion of not feeling that it was worth his time to do it. I'm gonna go with 7.
Purge versus 7. Okay. Well, this was another one-sided one. Purge got squashed. This was the promo equivalent of Braun Strowman versus James Ellsworth, whereby 7 is Braun. Look, both guys mentioned promos, so I'm going to stop going on about that too much. It's obviously something which is more widely accepted in this style in Revolution, but I'm still going to, give more points to the kayfabe department to people that don't do that. 7's promo was good. He has good energy, good screen presence. He maintains eye contact when he needs to, when he wants to. He does move around a lot, and sometimes he's not looking at the camera, but I think that's just his style. What I liked about this promo by him was that he was taking accountability for past failures, saying that he adapts and he evolves. He's painting and illustrating the story that he's not perfect. But every time he fails and falls, he comes back stronger. He learns. He goes back to the drawing board. So now it makes him stronger. It's empowering him as a result. So now going into a match with Purge, it's like, this is going to be the strongest 7 we've ever seen. He's not making excuses for any past failings he's had. He's embracing them. They've forged him into something stronger. And that presents a very strong case. And he does cut down Purge quite well. Talks about him being hard to understand. And Purge, well, he is hard to understand, isn't he? Overall, it was a very solid effort by 7, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. It was very entertaining. Now, Purge. Purge was a bit of a train wreck, to be honest. He is hard to understand, and I know English isn't his first language, but that's not really my problem. He can be hard to understand. If he just slowed it down a bit, paced himself a little bit, it would be better. He needs clarity is key. We're talking about delivery. If I'm thinking, what did you just say? Then it doesn't matter. You could be saying the most biblical stuff in the world, right? But if we can't understand what you're saying, it doesn't mean anything. Also, he says some weird shit. Like, he said to 7 something like, it was repetitive quite a bit. He would say the same thing. But he was like, you're all going to be surprised when the surprise hits you in your face. When I surprise you in there, it was just mumbling along, and he just didn't really say anything with any real substance. You know what I'm saying? He kept on saying that he's going to surprise everyone, and that you can't bet against him because you're going to lose your money, but he doesn't do anything to tell me why it would be a bad bet. Sell yourself, Purge. Don't just tell Revolution that people would lose money betting, against you. Don't just tell the world of Revolution that you're going to be full of surprise. You need to sell yourself. Why should anyone believe in you? You need to sell yourself as the winner, because watching Purge's promo, I didn't believe for a second he was going to win. He didn't present a case as to what he would do in the ring against Seven, how he would get past Seven. In what way is he better than Seven? He didn't tell a story. His delivery was worse than Seven's. His fluidity was certainly worse than Seven's. His presentation was worse than Seven's. Seven had the bells and whistles and the filter and stuff. The only downside to Seven's presentation was that it was in portrait mode. But outside of that, his promo across the board was better than Purge's was. Purge needs a lot of work. A lot of work. He needs to start actually refining his content and making it appealing, because it's not entertaining. It's not good. It's barely mid. It's a bad standard, especially for a tournament like this. Sorry, Seven. I mean, Purge. Jesus Christ. Seven gets to win. Purge. Sorry, kid, this wasn't your day.
Well, that's very, very three different promo styles who all voted one way. I love the the Simon-like character that Bison is a judge. It's exactly what I thought it was going to be. It's very entertaining. He gives a great breakdown of what he thinks he sees and everything, and I love it. Congratulations, Seven. You are moving on. You will face Hollywood Haywood this coming up Tuesday, which means that promo is due by Sunday night. That's what I'm talking about. These promo artists almost have zero time to prepare, zero time for homework. They have to really be on the ball. We're going to knock this tournament out. And speaking of knocking it out, because we want to get it over. We won't. You know what we want, and this is what I'm trying to line up. Is that everyone knows that we and VOH have made up. We shook hands months back. We buried the hatchet on a lot of things, and for that we've got a lot of cross working going on between me and Chris Nichols as far as like ideas that we've bounced off each other. If you've been paying attention to the pages, the whole purpose of the tournament is the tournament's supposed to end. That's going to roll us right into Fight of Champions for the pay-per-view that's coming up. It might not end around that time, but regardless of that, we're still going to have the Fight of Champions pay-per-view. Well, everyone got so excited for the title versus title match of the tag team championships when I mentioned it. Now, I'm not going to say that's going to happen, but I will say that there's a lot of ideas that's being bounced around between me and Chris Nichols of how we're going to pull this pay-per-view off. And of course, that pay-per-view is... There you said the date has been moved up. The original pay-per-view was in the fourth month or something. We've moved it up. I don't know if the World Championship would be the show that we defended out or we will crown the new champion. It might be a week after, a week before, whatever. But I can guarantee you that all my champions will be defending on that pay-per-view. And also possibly there could be a few VOH champions that could be on there also. Just what I'm hearing. I don't know. We'll just have to see. Well, let's go ahead and move this along. As you see, I love the live feedback from the judges. I love how they break everything down. As you know, Seven gets to move on to face Haywood. Our next matchup is one of the most anticipated matches for two guys that's never crossed paths before. You have 2K3, who is a heel in his own. He's not very liked, I can tell you that. And then you got Brody Blaze, who's most of his career been a predictions guy. He has somehow stepped off into this tournament, and from what I've been looking around, he's been throwing his shot around in other places also to step out of the predictions league and more into the competitive judge league. Let's see how this goes. A lot of places wanted to have this match, and we got lucky by the wheel spin, and we're the ones that actually end up getting it. And these guys have never really done much work. Neither one of them have in Revolution. Now, they both passed through, but they've not done much. There's a joke that goes around that these two are a lot of like of the same person. So let's see what happens between these two. TK3 and Brody Blaze, the winner of this match, will go on to face the Heathen.
The Redeemer lives!
The most common joke I hear is, if you're TK3, then where the hell are TK1 and 2? And you know what? I take it on the chin. I take it in jest. Because I know those people, the people that make those jokes, they're just jealous. They're jealous of my success. They're jealous at how, at only 22 years old, I'm a decorated champion in several different leagues. So you know what? I don't let it bother me. I do, however, take offense whenever people look at my opponent, Brody Blaze, the CEO of Blaze Industries, or whatever he calls it, the sole employee there, I should remind you, because why would anyone want to attach that to their CV? I take great offense when people look at Brody Blaze. They look and see everything he's doing, and they say, oh, this guy's so much like TK3? Obviously, he must be TK1 or TK2. And you know what? That joke is really getting on my nerves. Because if anything, Brody Blaze is not on my level. Let me talk about the TK3 level. I have a nickname. I am the Redeemer because I walk in and I help clean up rosters. I elevate their viewership. I bring in ratings. I cause controversy. I make some cash and then I dip. That's always what happens. I redeem less than valuable promo federations. And what does that mean for Brody Blaze? It means he's a cheap knockoff of the premium product. He is great value TK3. And trust me, I know a thing or two about great value. A lot of people like to call me a great value MJF. I was reinventing the wheel long before MJF finally struck out in his own and became world champion. Alright? Let's get something straight. I don't need the fame. I don't need the recognition. I don't need the success. Because wherever I go, that already follows. It's a guarantee that when TK3 is attached to something, people are going to tune in, no matter the result. As for Brody Blaze, I didn't even know he was a threat until now. But here we are. Brody Blaze, this tournament is called the Evolution of Revolution, my friend. And what you need to do is evolve. You need to step out of the primordial ooze, my friend, and realize that you are jacking my style. And quite frankly, I'm not going to allow it much longer. You keep it up, I'll issue a cease and desist. But it seems as though I don't even really need to say much more on that, because as someone delightfully pointed out to me the other day, when I started posting hype promos for this tournament, when I realized I was going to be facing Brody Blaze, apparently my hype did so much damage that Brody Blaze didn't even bother to respond to me. He was so scared of what I was going to do to him that he tried to forget that this was even happening. Well, guess what, girlfriend? This match is happening. And guess what? It's over. Because tonight, there is no contest. At the end, you're going to hear the 1, 2, 3, and your winner. Moving on in this tournament, the Redeemer, Trenton Kensington III, TK3. So good luck, Boobala. You're gonna need it. You can't quite touch me, because your arms are too short to box with God.
Yo, what is going on? Revolution! Brody freaking Blaze is here, and today is the day. Tonight is the motherfucking night. I get to finally, at long last, get to take on my shadow self. The man, the myth, the not so much legend, Mr. TK3. TK3! Man, I've heard story after story. I've watched video after video, and the videos of you confirm exactly what everybody else says. You and I are practically brothers. We're cut from the same cloth. Now, I am cut from the far superior side of said cloth. You are cut from the little ragged part that you cut off and use as a dish rag, you know, once it gets old and holy and everything. But anyway, regardless, you are practically a mirror image of me. I look in the mirror and I see you. Except there's a big difference. And you know what that difference is? I see each and every last worst part of me in you. You are all the worst parts. And you know what those worst parts are? You freaking suck, man. You freaking suck. You are the inferior Brody Blaze. I am the superior TK3. I'm better on the mic. I'm more charismatic, energetic, freaking hyped up, man. I am the one people love to hate. You are the one that people just flat out freaking hate, man. And that is why I am going to advance in this tournament. I am going to slaughter you. I'm going to go on in this tournament. I'm going to go person to person to person until I win the title. And hey, maybe later on down the road we'll face each other again while I'm Revolution champ. And maybe you'll do better. But I know you're not going to do this time. It's like I said, you're all the worst parts. You're weak. You're unfunny. You're unoriginal. I am at the very top. You are slowly spiraling down to the very freaking bottom. Down and down and down and down. While I keep on climbing the ladder to get to the very top. And maybe one day, like I said, maybe you'll climb to that ladder and then I'll kick you off again. So, TK3 Revolution, I hope you enjoyed the superior version of this gimmick. So, rika! Blaze up!
Brody Blaze and TK3. Now, both of them share a similar sort of narrative, right? They've been compared to each other. So they both execute it, though, in a different way. Brody Blaze comes out and says that when he sees TK3, he can see it. He sees himself in him. So much so when he looks in the mirror, he sees TK3 looking back. So at this point, he's identifying that it's a reality. He's not moving away from the comparison. He's even saying he sees him looking back. And then he points out that there's one big difference, though, which separates them, which differentiates them. And I thought, okay, this is where Brody's going to alert the audience that he is superior, that he's better, and highlight the reasons why. The big reason is that TK3 sucks. I mean, that's pretty much it. TK3 sucks. But the issue is, Brody, you said you see him looking back at you in the mirror. You said you can identify the worst parts of you in TK3. So if the reason is that he sucks, then you also suck as well, Brody. That's not a smart narrative, son. Your best bet would have been to put TK3 over as being so damn good. That's why people compare him to you. Because if he sucks so much, and people are saying he's just like you, and you're even identifying that they are right, you guessed it, Brody, then by your own words, it's because you suck as well. So you just need to think about what you're saying, because it didn't stack up. It just really hurt your narrative. Brody's delivery always suffers as well, because he plays his music too loud. Just something I've noticed. He had decent enough energy, but overall, the narrative wasn't what it needed to be to really land. And when you refuse to put someone over, and he had a great opportunity to put over TK3, but also put over himself in the process. Put them both over and the match over, and he didn't do that. So TK3 had more confidence than Brody. He had a better narrative than Brody did as well. TK3's promo, he told a story about who he is. That he goes into places and he elevates them. He puts bombs in seats. He sells tickets. He raises the standard of the places that he is in. So he elevated himself. He elevated his character. He elevated his gimmick. I wasn't a fan of the effects, the blue outline around everything. I didn't see why that was necessary. It didn't bring anything to the table. But overall, he had more precision to his promo. It had a purpose. Brody's was a bit of a mess by comparison. So if we're saying these two are similar, and they do look like they could be related, I'm not going to lie. TK3 does look like a non-bearded younger version of Brody Blaze. So I see the comparison. But in the promo sense, Brody Blaze wasn't as good. So TK3 is your winner.
This is my first time actually watching both TK3 and Brody Blaze, and I've actually heard of Brody Blaze. I've heard his name many times. I just don't think I've ever actually seen a promo of his. TK3, I don't think I've actually been familiar with him. I don't think I've actually heard of him before. But I'll be honest, man, this is probably the hardest match for me to judge tonight, because, I mean, as both men said in their promos, they're very, very similar. Even the promos themselves, the messages in the promos themselves were very similar. So I was finding it very difficult to pick a winner for this one. I really enjoy the energy that Brody Blaze brought to the screen. I really enjoyed his energy, his charisma. And then as far as TK3 goes, I enjoyed his gimmick. I enjoyed the character of TK3 and how he presented himself. As far as both individuals go, I feel like TK3 used a little bit more time than he should have. Not any more than I'm going to necessarily penalize him for, but if he moves on, he needs to be aware of his time. And as far as Brody Blaze goes, while he stayed within his time, he did include, it wasn't long, but he included, I guess, an intro and an outro, which, I mean, it takes up some of the time that could be used to further insult your opponent. So both men did fantastic. Both men, I actually hope, regardless of who wins today, I hope both stick around in Revolution for a while. I enjoy seeing new faces. And let's be real, guys, this Revolution Championship here, I mean, this is what it's all about, right? This is what everyone's trying to compete to get. So whether you win the tournament or not, man, this right here is definitely worthy of trying to compete for. It's worth it for sure. So that being said, as far as who I'm going to give the W to for this particular match, because it's so similar, especially with the messages and the overall characters, I'm going to give it to Brody Blaze, specifically for his energy and his charisma that he brought on screen. Again, it kept me entertained and it kept me watching the whole time. So congratulations, Brody Blaze. You are moving on.
Now, here we go. We get Brody Blaze versus TK3. This match starts off with Brody Blaze, the man who gives me a Sami Callihan type vibe, just by his appearance, his mannerisms. He comes out and he gives a great story of how he's the superior version of what TK3 is. TK3 comes back and fires, and, well, he really didn't talk that much about his opponent. He really talked more about himself. And, you know, I understand, you know, you speak more about yourself when you don't really know about your opponent. But listening to Brody Blaze speak about TK3, apparently these guys know each other kind of well. So, while TK3 pumped himself up and said that at the great young age of 22 or 23, I forgot whatever age he said he was, that he's a multi-time champion in the promo verse. You know, and that's all fine and well. Your accomplishments. Both these guys have the dream, what you're supposed to in a tournament like this, to become the champion. Unfortunately, one of these guys will not make it. And in my book, the person that will move on is the CEO of Blaze Inc., Brody Blaze.
The upset has happened. First upset of the tournament. Brody Blaze has just beat TK3. He will move on in the tournament to face the Heathen of the 10th of this month. Very interesting takes from all three judges. Very interesting match. Blown away. And I think when I seen the pose, if I'm not mistaken, it was pretty unanimous that I thought more people thought that TK3 would move along there. It ends up being Brody Blaze. I agree with Chris Champion. I hope that TK3 sticks around. He is a good talent. I love his promos. But unfortunately, TK3, you have been eliminated out of the Evolution and Revolution tournament. And Brody Blaze, congratulations for a predictions guy. You just moved along. You got some pretty big sharks that you're swimming with. And I can guarantee you that they have put a target on your back. Next matchup is one that a lot of people are excited about, me included. You have Rika Lee taking on Alist Alverson. I don't have to say much about either one of these guys. That just saying their two names is a marquee. The winner of this match will go on to face Landfield on that show on the 10th. Let's see what happens.
Alist Alverson, what can I say that hasn't already been said 1,000 times over? I've watched you here in the Revolution do your little dance around every single person that you've had the opportunity to go against. But let me teach you something right here, right now, real damn quick. There is nobody inside the promo game like Rika Wiley. You have never faced somebody as bright as me, as charismatic as me, as brutal as me, and as death-defying with each and every word that I say. Don't believe the high pay list. Don't believe each and everything that you've heard in the locker rooms. They were only bullshit lies, whispers, leading you down a path of inevitable failure. So tonight, now that they've threw you against a barker and I've opened the curtain and I've allowed you to tread through the carnival like so many have before you, your ultimate demise sits here. And where you end up inside Promo World is all up to me. I am the keeper of your destiny. I am the one who has set foot inside the promo game to make sure that you forever stay just where you are. So listen up. Tonight, me and you go one-on-one, A-list. I am the best that you will ever see standing across the ring from you. And tonight leaves more of a reason on why I deserve to be top dog here in the Revolution. So A-list, talk about my lights. Talk about my mask. Do your little amazing announcer voice, cause that's the only place that you've truly ever succeeded. Is calling the matches, the winner this, the loser that. He faces him, she faces her. It never amounted to anything. So soon as you decided you wanted to try to step into the promo game and really make a name for yourself outside of being some bullshit announcer, we've seen where that landed, didn't it? They threw you to the wolves each and every time, and it doesn't matter if you've ended up with a little bit of gold here and there. No, it's never mattered, has it, A-list? Because tonight, the wolf is knocking at your door, and I'm here to blow your house down. So no matter what you do, no matter what you say, no matter how many amazing one-liners you pull, the facts of the matter is I am here to make history. I am here to reign dominance inside the promo game, and there's nothing that you or any of the other freaks in the back can say or do about it. So tonight, A-list, you bring your best. You show me all that you have to offer, because I promise you're gonna learn a lot by the end of this one. Because I've said it once, and I'll say it again. Beyond the big top, the carnival awaits.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, take your seats and grab your cotton candy. It's time for the greatest show in the world.
Hey kids, I'm Ricardo. You can call me Rika. I'm here to entertain the fucking shit out of you. For my first trick, I'm gonna make this cigarette disappear. My hair's on fire. Next, I'm gonna buy some swirly lollipops at Oriental Trading, and I'm gonna charge you $10 a pop for them. After that, I'm gonna buy some sweatshop apparel with my face on it from Vietnam, made by kiddies younger than you, and I'm gonna charge you $30 for them. After that, I'm gonna finish exfoliating, and I'm gonna sell my face for $300 to you.
Can't believe I paid $6 for a pack of cigarettes. I don't even smoke. Ricardo Wildly, I do know and understand that imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. And I can see the magnitude of what is going on here. Two very high-profile individuals, champions across multiple platforms that have paved the way for how the game is played in this land, squaring off in the earliest stages of an absolutely monumental event to decide the number one contender for the Grand Championship. Now, one of us might have a little bit of a reputation of being too humorous in our approach. The other one is a clown. One of us has shown that they will stand tall, go nose to nose with any individual, not taking a morsel of crap from nobody on his home turf. The other one is a clown. One of us is the fightingest champion in Revolution history. The other one does acrobatic flippity flops dressed like a clown. You understand where I'm going with this, Rika Wildly? A-List Alverson built the revolution on the back of my effort, and I am not prepared to let any wayward carny roll on here with a tumbleweed and take my work and call it his pride. So do me a favor. Tear down that big top and get the hell out of my town. Don't even know the difference between a carnival and a circus, and you call yourself a clown. I'm the A-lister.
Okay, so we're going to look at this match where we got A-List Alverson versus Rika Wildly. Two very charismatic individuals. And this match is a tough match because they have similar but conflicting styles. Rika is about the glitz, the glamour, the lights, that camera, the action. You know, really he should have Hollywood's phrase, but that's neither here nor there. Rika came out, he did a bang up job, you know, telling everybody that A-List is only the distractions that he portrays. And then A-List comes out and A-List does something in A-List fashion. He started the match being Rika. And, you know, talking about the prices at the carnival and all this stuff. And then he went back to being A-List. And he told you that one of these people was the person that carries federations, the other person's a clown. And it's out of the sound when he kept going back to that other person's a clown. You know, it made the clown look a little lower. So y'all people that are clowns, don't take nothing against this. This is what A-List made it look like. But overall in this match, like I said, it was a tough view on my side. I'm gonna have to go with, I don't even know how. Like it was so tough, razor thin for me. Your winner is A-List.
So A-List Alverson versus Rika Wildly. This is a matchup that I was genuinely looking forward to. I mean, you're talking about two top guys, especially in their own respective brands. I mean, it's like WCW versus WWF dream match, right? Both men are very entertaining. Both men are known for having big, elaborate promos. So I was really expecting and anticipating this to be a really big, fun match. That being said, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I was a little disappointed. I was a little disappointed, not because the match was bad. The match wasn't bad. I guess I was expecting more. I really didn't want to see these two face off in the first round. I was really wanting them to kind of build throughout the entire Evolution of Revolution tournament and kind of carry on. And unfortunately, they got picked to go for in the first round. So here we are. But I was really expecting more from both of them, more elaborateness, I guess, more production, because that's what they're both known for. So as far as A-list Albertson goes, I really enjoyed the comedy aspect of your promo, coming out and emulating Rika. The cigarette thing had me cracking up. It was fun. It was very fun. Rika, man, I don't even know what to say about you. I really genuinely enjoy your character. I mean, you embody everything that is Rika. I mean, you are Rika Wildly, right? I mean, and I know you are a professional wrestler, but man, you look, you sound, you act, you move, everything about you screams professional wrestler. And Rika Wildly, I mean, that is it. I mean, that's the gimmick. I mean, you are the gimmick, and I love it. I love it. You were 100% in, and I absolutely love it. As far as things that I wasn't a huge fan of, Rika, it almost kind of felt like you were repeating yourself a little bit, almost like you were running out of things to say. Some of the things that you were saying really weren't even factual. You were comparing RYK to A-list Alverson, and obviously those are two separate people. It kind of be like him comparing Rika Wildly to your news reporter guy, the 420 news guy, or that Indian character you used to do too, the Native American character. That was always fun back in the day too. So as far as A-list, man, you've talked about this multiple times. One of the things that I really wish you did a little bit better was have more insults, more jabs in your promos and in your words. One of the things that Tommy said that I always think about, and I really love the comparison, is that promos in Revolution, promo battles in general, are kind of like rap battles, and just without the rapping, right? But there's usually insults and jabs, and I really wish, because you're really good at it. When you do it, you are really good at it. And I always want more. I always want more jabs from you. So that being said, ultimately what I'm going to do is I'm going to give the W to A-list Alverson. Congratulations, A-list Alverson. Your promo was a little bit more entertaining to me than Rika. Again, this was a tough one to judge, but based upon the things that I wish you guys would have done a little bit better, versus what you guys did really well, I'm going to give the W to A-list Alverson. So congratulations, A-list.
Rika versus A-list Alverson. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing the clown's name right. A-list takes this by a mile. This wasn't even a close fight. A-list has all the fundamentals down, right? So his delivery, his fluidity, his pacing, his narrative consistency, every attribute you could allocate to what makes a promo, he has it. And he knows how to do it well. So to beat A-list, and you have to outperform him, you have to have a good narrative, you have to have something pretty special to bypass everything great that A-list brings to the table. And in this match, it was no different. He starts with a comedy skit about his opponent, which was really, really quite funny. He moves back into A-list and does a fantastic job breaking down the clown's character, right? Just laughing at him being a clown. Because being a clown in this game now is becoming a bit of a meme, right? So Rika had a bit of an uphill battle against A-list, and you know what? His promo was half decent. His delivery was fine. His wordplay was pretty impressive at parts. He didn't stutter. At no point was he looking like he was thinking about what to say. The problem he had, there was a few of them. One, I'm not a fan of kayfabe breaking. I'm not a fan of talking about promo world and E-Fed and mentioning that this isn't real professional wrestling. In my opinion, the way this game should be played, and it's how I judge. If you don't like it, that's on you. But we are cutting promo material under the contextual basis that we're going to go have a match. A-list promoed as A-list Alverson. And Rika consistently kept on saying promo world. But that in of itself, it's fine. It's one of those things, right? But he didn't say anything that was worth anything. He kept on saying who he was. I'm going to be this. I'm going to be that. But he never gave a reason. Why should we care who he is? Why is he the future? Why is he the man to beat A-list? What makes him different from every other idiot in a clown mask running around E-Fed right now? Yeah, he's wearing lights. But what is it he brings to the table? Some insights would go a massive way in really helping define his character. Who is he? What is the carnival? Why does it relate to him? Why is he there? What is his agenda? What is his purpose? We know what A-list is. We know exactly who A-list is. Right, but I couldn't connect with Rika as a character because he didn't, as the audience, I've never seen him before, and I couldn't relate to him. He didn't give me any context apart from him saying dumb stuff like, A-list, you're nothing but a commentator. And outside of that, you've never been anything. It doesn't matter if you've won gold. Actually, it does, because winning gold equals success. So you can't say that he's just a commentator and he's failed to do anything outside of commentary when you just admitted he has gold. And A-list is pretty established at this point, right? He's not an up-and-comer. He's no mid-card trash or pre-show propaganda. A-list is a decent name. So the consistency of his narrative was all over the place, and it lost a lot of steam about halfway in and just started repeating himself and just covering ground he's already covered. So for me, this was one-sided. A-list wins. If I had to give this a score out of 10, I don't know the scoring system we're using, so I'll just go out of 10. I'd have given A-list an 8.8, and I would have given Rika a 6. 5.5. Anyway, there you go.
Well, there you have it. Mr. A-list Alverson moves on to face Landfield, the show coming up on the 10th. Tough break for Rika. I thought the match was really, really good myself. Let's get. I love the feedback from Bison there, man. He really breaks it down for you. All the judges did killer in this. I really love the feedback from all three judges like that. It really breaks down to why they voted the way they voted, whether you agree with it or not. I mean, that's on you. But they really give you a reason why they voted the way they voted, and you can agree with it or not, But there we have it. You have your winners. You have 7 moving on to face Hollywood Haywood. You have Brody Blaze in the upset over 2K3 going on to face the Heathen on the 10th. You also have A-list Alverson going on to face Landfield on the 10th. So this tournament just keeps getting more and more interesting. I'll keep posting an updated version of the bracket every time we move on a little bit outside this bracket. There you go. See one more time. We have the bracket there. There you see the 3 pre-qualifiers that we just had on the outside to get their way to win their way into this Evolution or Revolution tournament. There you have it. You have, of course, like I just said, you got 7 moving on. Brody and A-list Alverson will be moving on. Next show coming up is going to be very, very interesting. As you see, you got NDT who was a replacement for someone who we had to scribble out. You also got JD coming up against Gunshot. That's going to be interesting. I mean, there's a lot of good matches that are going to come from this tournament. Then when you start getting down to those finals, it's going to get really nitty and gritty. You got A-list fixing to face Landfield. Like that's a main event match in its own. Brody versus Heathen. I don't even know if that's ever happened before. So that's a match in its own. 7 versus Haywood. That's a main event. That's a match in its own. So all these matches are going to play out, I feel like, very, very good. We also still got one more match on the card tonight. We got the main event for the Fight Night Championship. Everyone knows that Josh Steele is like, I don't know how many days or whatever it is in counting. It's some ridiculous ass number. No one's been ever able to beat him yet since he's won it back from the first time he lost it. Tonight, the Purge gets a shot at the gold. The Purge is working double duty. Could have had something to do with some of one reason his promo wasn't so good. I feel like maybe in the tournament so much because he was focused so much on the Fight Night Championship. I don't know. Let's see. I know the Purge has been on fire for a while for these past months or so, these past few months around like different promo leagues. You look around, the Purge has been winning a lot of matches and getting over on a lot of people that people didn't think that he would end up winning over. He definitely has improved a lot. We definitely took notice here that he's improved a lot. So it moved him in this position. The Fight Night Championship is kind of like the Workhorse Championship because it's defended way more. It's going to be defended way more than what our other championships that are defended on these different shows. So we'll see what happens, man. You got the Purge versus Mr. Steel.
Legacies. Two legacies colliding in one match. Somebody who's been here since the start of Revolution and somebody who took Revolution by storm. You've all been waiting for. Since weeks, you've all been waiting for. Who is gonna walk out with the Fight Night Championship? But a little bit of a spoiler alert here. I do. Just here. How you doing? We meet finally for the first time. I do not hope this is gonna be the first and last time here. I do not hope that you're gonna surrender the championship so damn easily because you know that I am a target just simple for you. You know, since the very start, since I've been claiming the #1 contender, you know that I am a dangerous target in your mind. When we talk about legacies, let's talk about your legacy. Your legacy means absolutely shit to me. Your legacy means absolute shit since I arrived here. Since the Elite Empire has arrived here. And my legacy, I'm gonna tell you this simply and directly. I started here in Revolution with one simple goal in my mind. Just simple one. And that is to capture Revolution by storm. I want to prove each and every single body what a German bastard is gonna be making in the screens. Making on the screens. Making outside the screens. And I already fulfilled my prophecies. I brought the Empire Championship with me. I brought the Elite Empire with me. What do you have exactly brought with you? Lifeblood? Dead. War? As good as that. That's your so-called legacy. That's your so-called legacy, what you portraying each and every single time on screens. And I am your roadblock. I am your roadblock for ending the championship reign, what everyone has been praising here. Still, last year upon Unleashed, I'm gonna give you one simple damn truth in your face. And that is, without Jay Briggy, you are a talentless son of a bitch. Without Jay Briggy, you've just been relevant as the championship is on your shoulder. That I took the Fight Night Championship off your shoulders. You're gonna be a irrelevant son of a bitch, just like a Johnny Rockstar wannabe. And then try to cash in your golden ticket here. But do think twice before you're gonna do that. Do think twice. Count down with me for the last time. Embrace the vision.
Grusa unvergrusenen first. And welcome to Friday Night Friday, baby. And more importantly, welcome to my boneyard. And for your sake, Purgy baby, I hope you kissed your mama goodbye. I hope you made your peace with whatever God you believe in. And I hope you've written out a last will and testament. Because here tonight, I'm about to roast your overgrown ass like this was Auschwitz. Effectively putting the final nail in the coffin of that not-so-elite empire that you are so very proud of. Putting you bitches in the obituaries right where you belong. You see, my son, you think that you've actually earned the right to stand in this ring with me. You think that you've actually come out here time and time again and proven yourself to all these people. But truth be told, in all reality, in all actuality, the only thing that you've actually accomplished was to come out here and kick the shit out of your own stablemates, to beat the holy hell out of NDT and Sarge for the past month and a half. You come out here looking like the love child of Andre the Giant and Bull Buchanan, running your mouth, bumping your gums about us embracing your vision. Seriously, who the fuck do you think you are? Hitler, Himmler, Bengali, Red Skull maybe? I can see now, I'm going to have to educate you. I'm going to have to make this perfectly clear for your sweet and sauerkraut looking ass. Because even if I wasn't a blind man, I would never embrace your vision. None of these people will. You are simply put nothing more than a dickless dictator with an overinflated ego and a distorted perception of your own self-worth. And what's worse is you've actually bought into your hype. You believe your own hype, thinking you're going to come out here and defy the odds, that by some miracle of the gods, you're going to make lightning strike twice in the same place, scorching the ground beneath all our feet by eliminating 7 and defeating me. But trust and believe, Mr. Man on Fire. The only thing going up in smoke, going up in flames here tonight will be your hopes and your dreams, your career. When I leave you laying in the dirt, looking just like your flag after the war. Your eyes blackened, swollen shut. Your body covered in yellowing bruises from the beating. Your head cracked open and oozing red. Oh, well, let's be honest. You're not the first German bastard to be left dead at the hands of war. I mean, the way I've been smashing you bastards, you can go ahead and call me Cotton Heel. Because in case you ain't heard, I'm the real king of this goddamn hill. And I've proven it for over 250 plus days. I've proven that I will not bend and I do not break, that I will drop any and everyone in my way. So make no mistake, by the end of the day, when that bell rings and that ref counts 1, 2, 3, each and every one of you will have no choice but to acknowledge your Fight Night champion.
And your winner, and still your Fight Night champion, Josh Steele. The days just keep rolling along. Who is going to step up and take that Fight Night championship off of Josh Steele? Well, thank you, everybody who has tuned in. Don't forget, this Tuesday, you have Zero Dark Tuesday, where we keep on the sweet evolution of Revolution Tournament. Good night, everybody.
Well,